What did I do, bro?
Let me see your left hand.
He hasn't done anything.
I'm
Step
done.
up and face the vehicle. Step up and face the vehicle. Face the vehicle.
I was driving. What if has he done?
What happened, brother?
Face the vehicle. Put your other hand behind your back.
You're
I'll
not going to
explain
tell
everything
us?
to you as soon as I have you in cuffs, okay? At this point in time, you are not under arrest, okay?
Okay.
Okay. I'm not.
Nope.
Am I safe?
You are safe.
You're safe, Michael. They're just
Okay.
harassing you for
No one's
no
harassing.
reason.
Ma'am, be quiet.
No, sir.
You have an active protective order with
I
him.
have a master's in criminal
You
justice.
have an active protective order where he's...
I do, and I've
you're
removed it.
You're the protected person.
And I've removed
Okay, will
it.
you let me speak?
Yes, sir.
It is very difficult for me to explain myself if you will not stop talking.
Okay,
I
sir.
don't care how much schooling you have. None of it matters to me right now.
Of course not. Thank you, sir.
Because it's completely irrelevant to the fact that the information that I have in the system shows that he is a person who is a respondent of a protective order, and you are the person who
Yes,
is
sir. I
the
bonded
protected
him
person.
out. Yes, sir.
Okay.
I bonded him out, and I brought him
Again,
home.
and none of that makes any difference to me.
Yes, I
But
have
if the
removed
order
it.
is valid and it is being violated, then I have no option but to take action,
It's not
regardless of what your
violated.
wishes are.
It's not violated under law.
Sir, you need to polish your badge. It's arresting.
Okay, it's because I sweat.
Michael,
It's turning green.
Michael, just don't talk right now, please.
Sam.
I have a right to remove that protective
You're fine.
order from my disabled son and take him home.
Okay, as am I.
My son, Michael,
Me? No,
Michael,
I'm not.
look at me. Do not talk. Do not
Shaking?
talk. Michael, do
Okay,
not
bud.
talk.
Don't worry, sir.
While there's an officer in present, do not talk. Even if his badge is dirty, please. I have a right, sir, to remove that protective order because
Right, and if
my
that-
son's
if that
disabled.
ma'am, if that protective order is no longer in the system, if I contact the issuing agency and they change and they tell us that information has been changed and that order is no longer valid,
Well, I bonded him out.
Will you hear me out for a second?
And I will bond him out
I'm trying
again.
to explain myself.
Okay, you want to arrest him again, and I will bond him out
Well, I
again.
the reason I'm standing here is because your mother.
Okay, that's all right. Let's go.
Okay, and this.
That's fine. Just sit here doing this.
That's what we're
Okay,
trying to do, Michael, is do this.
Your mother is the
He's
cause of
wanting
this.
to
You
arrest
understand
you
that?
again.
I don't have a desire to arrest him. I have a duty in these circumstances.
He has
to
not done
investigate.
anything.
Doesn't matter. But if he's in violation of the order, then I have a duty to act.
I have a right to be with my son if I choose, and I have a right to remove that order if I choose. And my son's disabled,
Okay, that's all well and good. And I understand and I respect where you come from.
and
as
I
a-
will
as a
explain
parent.
that to the judge.
Fair enough. But the information that I have in the system shows that you are the respondent.
Yes.
He's the respondent, and you're a protected person.
And why did they let me bond
State-
him then?
I don't know.
Right, because they called
Because
someone.
you don't have to go. You don't physically have to be present for a bond.
I
How
was.
did you know all that?
I was. Michael,
Because when I
I'm
run her
talking to
name
the
when I was at the
officer,
back of my car
please.
just now and ran her name. That information shows up.
Right. That's why I told you don't go in Flower Mound. They will harass us. You did not listen.
I'm not harassing him. I'm doing my job.
I said, let's don't go to Best Buy because Flower Mound will harass us. You did not listen to me. Please listen to Mom when she tells you things.
Let me call you on, tell you.
You're disabled and you don't realize
when I ran your mother's information.
what they're doing.
The protective order.
No, I seen you at Best Buy kind of cruising by.
Sure that I saw that there was a narcotics history related to this vehicle as of 3 days
They
ago.
recognized your car, and I told you they would recognize your car.
Less than a gram of powder.
Right, but that's narcotics
Michael,
related history.
why are you
I
talking?
don't understand what's
Why are
different
you
about
talking
that.
to a police officer, Michael? Michael,
Did I say that?
Michael. Do not talk to the police officer, Michael. He will use anything he can against you. Do not do it.
Okay. You mind hanging with her? Yes. Thanks, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
How's it going?
He's harassing my son and me both,
Okay.
who have done nothing wrong. I'm videoing him because I don't trust him that he won't hurt my son.
Okay.
And I have a master's in criminal justice. I put my son in jail because his behavior, he has a disability. He's disabled. He was in an accident. He has a leg amputation.
Okay.
And I needed him to learn that he was going to respect me and do what he needed to do. So I put him in jail for 2 months. Then I bonded him out.
Okay.
Now he's trying to harass my son and talk to him without an attorney.
Okay.
I do not want him to talk to my son without an attorney.
So what did he stop you?
He is disabled. I got confused on my turns here, so I turned around. I did a U-turn.
Okay.
But he was already monitoring us and watching us at Best Buy, driving by, looking for the vehicle. He knows my son's vehicle.
Okay.
So he started harassment, which is what he's doing, and he's talking to my son without legal consent.
Okay.
Which I'm fixing to call my attorney, but he hasn't given me time. And because he's disabled, he doesn't have a right. Michael, you do not waive your rights and do not talk to this officer.
He's just asking questions.
Yeah, but that's illegal without an attorney.
It's not illegal to ask questions.
The amendments, he does not.
He doesn't have to answer them, but it's
No,
not illegal
but
for
you're
us to
taking
ask.
advantage of a disabled person's what he's doing.
I don't know about this.
Right. All right, he needs to do whatever he needs to do and let my son go. Because I have
That's what
things
he
to do. It's just pure harassment. That's all it is. I bonded him out of jail because I put him in jail. And if he puts him in again, I'll bond him again. So it doesn't matter. We'll just stay out of Flower Mound, which is what I told him.
Is there any reason he'd be arrested? Does he have warrants or anything?
No. He's saying because I bonded him out, and there's an order against us being together or something crazy.
Like a protective order?
Protective. At that time, it was enforceable, but it's not now because I went and removed it. And I also went and bonded him out.
Okay.
And they have record of that.
When did you have the protective order?
It was good for 61 days, and it's over 61 days. So he needs to check that before he keeps harassing my
so
son.
Our computer systems,
61 days.
I get
the
it, but
judge
our
ordered.
systems don't always update on time. So if it's still showing in his computer that it's active, then
It's
he
not
has to
active. It's 61 days.
Well, if that's the case, I'm sure he'll follow up on it.
Well, what he's doing, though, is harassing my son and taking a disabled person and trying to manipulate him into saying something he didn't do. And he's done that before, and I'm not going to tolerate it. He's abusing him right now. Did he put him in the car?
Yes, ma'am. Just stay in the car.
Why do I have to stay in the
Because
car?
I'm asking you to.
Why?
I don't
I'm
want you
doing
getting
nothing.
out.
I'm 72-year-old.
Okay, but it's still a traffic stop, and you
Then
need
why
to
is he
remain in
putting
the
him in the car when they've abused him before and hurt him and beat him?
vehicle. I'm not sure why they're putting him in the car. But
Yeah,
he'll
but
come
no
explain
one's
it to you.
protecting my son right now.
He's safe. No one's
No,
doing
he's
anything
not
to him.
safe because they're taking advantage of him. And now he's pissed, so he's going to take him to jail for nothing. That's what he's going to do. Because that order's 61 days, and it's been past that. I have a copy at home.
Okay, like I told you already, you were sitting here making a spectacle out of your...
I'm not making a spectacle.
you
I'm
are.
protecting my rights.
You are.
I'm
Because
protecting my
At the end
rights.
of the day, like I've tried to explain to you, number one, it's very difficult, next to impossible for me to explain anything when he won't stop talking. Number two...
No, he's nervous, and he has a
when
disability.
when you won't stop talking. He does a great job of listening when he's not near you.
Well, it's fine, but I have a legal right to
So
protect
what I'm
my
saying,
son.
I'm trying to explain stuff to you.
All right,
and you
explain
will-
that.
And you will not be quiet
Okay,
long
I'm being
enough.
quiet. Now let's see if you tell me something.
Let's see if you can be quiet long enough to listen. When that information comes through the system, I have a duty to act upon it. Part of that is investigating further. Is the computer information always accurate? No. But does that take away from the fact that I have a job to do and I have to look into it? No, it doesn't take away from that. So if I look into it and I contact the issuing agency and we find information that lets us know that that information is no longer valid or there's not a violation of the order as it stands, then you guys will be on your way.
Good.
We'd probably be 10 minutes down the road
Good.
if it weren't for you right
if
now.
you weren't mad at me, you
I'm not
mean,
mad at you. I
because
could care
I'm
less.
protecting my rights, and you don't like that.
That's my job, is to protect your rights.
You're not doing that, though. You're harassing my son
What
right
am I
now.
violating? I'm harassing your son that you pulled an EPO out on. Tell me to
Yes,
get over it.
yes. And I had a good reason for that. And I have a good reason now to not do it.
Like I said, the computer
61 days, and I made sure
get that.
before I bonded him, 61 days was up.
But it's just like I told you, our computers don't always update
You're a corporal, sir?
immediately. I am.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We don't always get updated immediately. So
Right.
he'll call the issuing agency. If the agency says, hey, no, that expired, it's just not updated in the system.
Yeah, I have a copy at home from the
no
judge,
harm,
and
no
it was
foul.
61 days, and I didn't bond him until the time was up.
Okay.
So he has no reason, excuse, anything to harass my son or me. If he wants to give me a ticket for making a bad turn to go back the way I need to go, he can give me that ticket and I'll pay it. It's no big deal. And if he wants to put him in jail for nothing, I'll bond him again today. I got the money, so I don't
Like
care.
I said, he's not harassing, he's just investigating.
Right. Why him? Isn't there better crimes to go after right now?
We deal with the crimes we run across.
Right.
That's all
And
I
he
can-
saw the car. And
can't
that,
speak to that.
I told him, don't take this car over there. Flower Mound's going to harass you. We should not do this. Take my truck. But he's so trusting. He doesn't know when people are after him.
Y'all good?
Hi, sir. How are you today?
What?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
We're waiting for him to check on.
All I heard was emergency protective order.
Yeah, I
don't know any
did
details.
61 days, and I have a copy of the court order. The judge ordered 61 days. My son could not be around me because he was being abusive, and I put him in jail for 2
Was
months.
he, I assume, in the vehicle?
Yes. And I bonded him out after 2 months, 61 days, to give him a consequence for his bad behavior. And now we're going to Best Buy to get a speaker. And I told him it was not a good idea to bring this car in Flower Mound because they know this car. Sure enough, the harassment started with me and with him. All because he was watching us over at Best Buy. He was going back and forth by the car, watching what we were doing. And then he followed me, and when I turned around to go back, he pulled me over to go in the direction I needed to go home. And then he didn't just come to me, he pulled my son out of the car for no reason.
Well, there's emergency protective order there once in place, right?
It's not in place, no sir.
You didn't file one that was...
61 days, the
Yeah.
judge said.
Did it just
That's
expire?
been 3 months ago.
Okay.
It's more than expired.
Okay. Well, he's calling, I guess you did it at a different place, different city.
Yes, sir.
I don't know you.
I live in
I've never met you
Lewisville, sir.
before. I don't know.
I live right on the border of Flower Mound and Lewisville, sort of. And
Okay, so it's done in Lewisville.
yes, sir.
Okay.
And the judge placed an order, which I got a copy of, and said 61 days. So I left him in jail for 61 days.
So
And
it's
that-
verifying the information now to see
Yes.
if it was expired. And once it does, if that's all the reason for the stop was, then I guess your son's back there.
Yes,
I guess,
sir.
Everything's good at that point.
He cuffed him and put him in there while he verified.
As he should.
Which he's not doing anything wrong. I'm his mother. I've raised him from a baby. I think I know my
Well, that's what we're
son.
investigating.
And
That's
you
reasonable.
think I need you to protect me? I have a
Of course.
master's in criminal justice.
Well, why did you file an emergency
Because
protective
that's a
order?
good way. I can't beat a child. He's too big. He's too
How old
old.
is he?
40 years old. So you can't whip
No,
him.
he's an adult.
So at this point, your consequence is you're going to jail. You want to abuse me, your ass will pay.
Sure.
And that's what he's doing. He's done his time. Now it's done. He's behaving now. So there's no reason to punish him more. If he does behave, he'll go back to jail. It's that simple.
It's your life.
I'm not going to put up with any bad behavior from my
It's your
child.
life.
He's not
You,
going to.
As you see fit.
Yeah, they've stopped spanking kids nowadays. You can't even spank your 3-year-old for biting you or anything else. You can't even punish them in school. That's
Actually, you can.
well, they've changed it again if they allow.
Well, we encourage that. We encourage parents to reasonably. It's the law states reasonably discipline.
Right.
And spanking is allowed.
It should be because you have to whip your kids or they're going to go act crazy.
I think a lot of people watch too much news and they get a false
sense of security.
information of what they can and can't do.
Right.
You can reasonably discipline your child with Texas. The question is, what's reasonable? Spanking is definitely reasonable if they are a child. Yours is 40, obviously.
Yeah, I can't whip him. He's an
It's a little
adult.
beyond that.
He'll arrest me for whipping him.
Right.
But he's not going to abuse me and get away with it.
Well, it's brave of you to invite him back in.
Well, he's behaving. If he wants to follow my rules, he can come back in.
I think.
Only to a point.
Well, it's a parent's call. I can guarantee if I done something like that to my mom, I'd be disowned. I wouldn't, let alone be invited back in.
Part of it's he's disabled. He was in a serious accident. He has a little bit of brain damage, and he lost his leg in the accident, so he's amputated. And with all the injuries and all that, he does have some problems, and he's had psychiatric help, but there's only so much you can do with a brain injury.
I just hope it doesn't happen to you again.
No, because he knows the consequence. He will stay in jail.
Is that the first time he's ever done that to you?
Yes.
So through his life, he's never physically abused
No.
you prior to this?
Oh, he's verbally acted out, but he's never gotten in my face and said he's going to kill me. No, because I was going to sell his car.
Yeah.
No, he's never acted like that, and he's not going to. Not while he's around me.
Does he have a job?
No, he's very disabled.
Oh, you're in a tough spot, it sounds like.
I am, but
Trying to balance out everything.
it is very difficult.
Who did you contact to have the protective order removed?
The judge did it when he was arrested in Lewisville. He was arrested, and the judge in Lewisville, or in Denton County, ordered the order for 61 days. I have a copy at home.
Okay.
And it was 62 when I bonded him out. So I made sure he served.
That order is actually effective until the 13th of this month. So we're
Is that 61 days?
I don't know. I'm just looking at the dates that I see of the date that it was issued and the day that it expires.
Well,
So
I could have counted wrong, but I thought...
So you haven't contacted anybody to have it removed, you just thought it was expired.
Well, it is, because the judge ordered 61 days.
Right, but that's from the time that he's
Arrested.
served. No. Those things generally don't go effective until somebody's actually been physically served with it. When was he arrested?
Oh, God, I don't remember the date. He served 2 months in jail. I let him serve the 61 days in jail before I bonded him to make sure that the judge's order was respected.
So he didn't get that order didn't get issued.
Yes,
until he bonded out of jail.
No, he got it in jail.
So it didn't go active.
They served it to him.
So it didn't go active until the middle of April.
I thought it was served at the beginning. It wasn't?
Those are always served to you upon your release from jail.
No, they actually went in jail, or I believe at Lewisville, before they sent him to Denton. They served him.
That's between...
Because he called me telling me they served me with this document.
Right.
And that was like within a few days.
So it probably doesn't go... I don't deal with that. I guess you could call it the administrative end of those orders. But based on what you're telling me, it sounds like he may have been served it, but it didn't get issued and didn't get issued as it activated until he was released from jail.
But the judge actually ordered it before that time for 61 days. So we're not going to go by what the judge said as to the time. We're going to change the time.
Because I can't contact that judge and say, hey, judge, I'm going by the dates that were entered in the computer.
I probably could.
Okay, well, you're looking
when I get home, I can get in touch with him. Because I've been working with criminal justice for a long time, so I can do that.
So, if you think about it, it would be...
You're looking for a reason to arrest him, aren't you? You're looking for a reason to arrest him, even though you know the judge said 61 days.
No.
And it's past that.
Okay, I'm done talking to you. He's coming with me.
I knew he was. I know you, dude. All right,
No.
Michael, be out this evening.
You don't know anything, and
I
he
don't
won't
mind
be
the
out this
money,
evening.
babe.
I don't care about your
I don't
money. I don't
mind the
care about
money.
his money.
I'll bond him out.
The state law states that I shall arrest when somebody violates one of these orders.
Regardless of if it's enforced.
What you just said makes no
61
sense.
days.
It is still
It's
in
past
effect.
61
no, it's not.
days.
The order that I see on my computer shows from the 13th of April 2023 to the 13th of June 2023.
That's inaccurate. That's not when
You
the judge
believe it is
No, I
inaccurate.
know it isn't. I have a copy
You
at
believe
home.
it is
I have
inaccurate.
a
You
copy.
should probably make sure that all of the information that you have
I
is
have.
accurate.
I have.
Okay.
I know you're
not
very
getting
angry
you're not
with
getting a
me.
ticket.
I know you're
No,
angry
I'm
that
not
I'm
angry.
smart
I could care less.
and educated.
You have zero bearing on how my day goes. Okay.
And you're angry
The
with
reason
my
you were
son.
Stopped, I could care less. The reason you were stopped, you don't have a front license plate, and you made an illegal U-turn. Both of which you are not receiving citations for. There's
Aren't
your
you
driver's
kind? You
license.
know I can
Your
pay
son's
for it
going to jail.
anyway. Okay, I'll get him out. You'll be out, son. What assholes. They're funny. What idiots. They're just jerks. Where's the key? What the hell? That didn't work. I think Michael has the key. I think he might have my key. Does he have my key?
Go ahead and stay in your vehicle.
Sorry?
I said go ahead and stay in your vehicle, please.
I need to find my key to my car.
What was it?
Does he have it? It's
I have no
remote.
idea.
This BMW is a remote. So if he has the key in his pocket, I can start
Well, I can
it.
get
But
it.
now I can't start it because the key's missing.
Okay, but for my safety, I'm gonna go ahead and shut the door and I'll find it for you.
You
okay?
think a 72-year-old's going to jump you?
I don't
Really?
know what you got in the car.
Come look, dude. Come look. Oh my God, really? I need my key. I need my key. One ass.
Did he ask the keys from you?
I'm sorry, sir.
Did he ask the keys from you?
He could have had them in his pocket the whole time.
So you handed to him?
No, that's his car.
How would he have the keys if you handed it to him?
That's his phone. Is he allowed to have that?
No, now he's not.
Why?
Because he's detained.
Oh, I see. He could have the keys, yes.
So did you or did you not hand it to
I
the
said I
officer?
don't know. To hand my keys to the officer?
Why would you do that?
No, he
saying
may
he has
have. I told you he has them in his pocket.
Oh,
Probably.
the son.
My son.
Okay, you didn't clarify that.
Okay, I thought you understood that. I apologize. Yeah, my son may have them in his pocket, which means
We'll give them back to you if...
I appreciate that.